Okay, the recording is now started of this epic intra-national match. So it's not international, it's intra-national.
It's inter-insular.
Between the area known as the Isle of Wight, which is not part of Hampshire.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't anymore.
Anymore, it isn't.
Really? Have we lost it? Is that?
It's fallen off the edge.
No, come on, because we lost Bournemouth.
Lost it in 1776, James.
Yeah.
What? Well, no one
I'm
told
sorry,
me.
I'm sorry if that's devastating news for you. But yeah, you now need a passport to go to Cowes or Shankly.
John, I've been going to Cowes for years.
Yeah, I can believe that.
I'm going to the dogs anyway.
Right, anyway, so
Is anybody in the match, or are we just having a slanging match? We're just.
Can we see the position? I can't see it anymore.
Yeah,
well, what about that? Shall we look at some of these positions?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a novelty.
Go on then. You've twisted my arm.
So let's go back. Okay, I've seen this position before.
Who are these players? They look.
Sorry, Paul Sloane's White, I think.
Paul Sloane is white,
okay.
And Sarah Grattage is black.
Okay, so Camberley White. So
we're in
Isle of Wight.
We did have a Slav, and now it's a semi-Slav.
We're in a.
Oh, opportunity here for something exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So if black takes on c4, we could have the mayhem of a Botvinnik semi-Slav or Moscow or anti-Moscow. Did black take that chance? Let's have a look. Oh. No. So this is a Ragozin with c6.
Yeah, I think this is a fairly rare line. It makes some sense. Could this become a Cambridge Springs? I'm not sure if.
But you might need Queen A5 for Cambridge Springs.
Well, it will, yeah. But
You've got to take on C4 first as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or soon.
But
well.
Anyway, okay. So we've avoided all that.
Ooh. What happened at Cambridge Springs?
It never sprung.
White avoided it. Yeah.
What do we think about CD, chaps? What do we think about CD in that position? Rather than ED?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think
probably okay. But it's just a bit. I'm solid.
Yeah, so I think Mark's point is that White's exchange in the centre made it maybe a little bit easy for black to develop his pieces.
So black thinks they're in a Cambridge Springs, not realising they can't have a discovered attack on G5 because the pawns have been traded.
Oh yes, no, that's a point.
There's still a pawn.
However, black can go knight E4 here, so I think White probably needs to take that. Otherwise, knight E4 is happening.
Well, I think White, if White wanted to, he could actually take on F6 here.
That's what I'm saying. Sorry,
he could take on C3 without responding immediately.
Well, yeah. Okay. So yeah, but if White takes on F6.
Yes.
And White and black, I beg your pardon, takes on C3 twice.
Yes.
White then plays knight D2.
Correct. Yeah.
And if pawn takes bishop, then rook C1 wins a piece.
Because C8 hangs.
Yeah.
C8 is hanging.
Yeah. I don't know if it's possible to play variations on the board, John, given that we're watching a game. But it might be worth. Oh no!
No is the answer.
Okay.
Right. I mean, I can transfer the position into chess base, but I think it's going to be too.
It'll be a bit tedious to do that with every position
if you use you right click and drag, you can show arrows as to where things goes if that's helpful.
Yeah. So I think bishop takes F6 is tactically possible, but whether it's
bishop F6, bishop C3 check takes, queen takes, knight D2. And if black gets, rook C1.
Well, he wins a piece, don't you?
The bishop hangs on C8.
After knight D2, it's black's move. Can't he just drag the queen back?
He can, but remember,
he's lost a piece.
He's lost a piece because bishop takes F6.
Oh yes, you've
still got to recover the piece on F6.
Yeah. Okay. No, I accept that.
But does that make it a good idea for White to play it? I think he probably should take the chance, but I wouldn't like to say
I think I would have taken on F6.
He must
Shall
have
we
goofed.
see what happened?
He must have goofed earlier than this. I mean, this is just not the natural flow of things.
I think that black ought to have played knight possibly ought to play knight bd7, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, this bishop b4 idea is quite unusual, put it like that. So if the black's dark squared bishop disappears, then I think White's got some weaknesses to play on, and he's got a better bishop left.
Anyway, White
yes.
didn't take that opportunity.
Okay.
Queen b3,
So
allowing knight e4 by the looks of it.
Yeah.
This is awful.
For both players.
For somebody.
Both players are losing in this position.
Yeah. Rook c1 was pretty forced, and now this is doing nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, this can't.
I think black.
Well, not only is it doing nothing, but black's threatening takes.
We must have had a white error before, or a.
Yeah, I agree with you. White's not
takes
played this.
d5. Well,
White's not played
players
this.
here. So come on, tell me, because I don't know.
Well, I think he should have played bishop takes f6.
So do I, yeah.
Correct, yeah. Well, that's what I predicted, didn't I?
You didn't want to allow, yeah, you did, yeah. You didn't want to allow knight e4, really. I mean, it's not awful, but it's not brilliant either.
I wouldn't have allowed this.
No.
He had to play takes on f6. Anyway, let's see. Okay.
Yeah, and I think probably, yeah, it's quite easy to lose patience in this sort of position. Notice that bishop a4 is a big threat now. So if you imagine the bishop on d7 going to a4,
Yeah.
I think, does that trap the white queen?
It does.
I think it does.
It does.
Because the knight's pinned. Queen takes bishop check, queen takes bishop.
Yeah, so
Black's queen, I beg your pardon.
If I was playing in this match, that's how I'd lose. I bet I would.
So queen b3 looks like a mistake, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
Well, the only other square would have been c2, but I don't think he wanted to lose the a pawn, did he?
Yeah, but he might.
No, I think you're right.
Terrible. It must be. It's.
Well, black's at least equal. Put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
A3. Okay.
Yeah.
So it forces the issue, and he does get the bishop for the knight, I guess. But that knight on e4 is looking good. Maybe the bishop on d7. I don't know. Not sure what to suggest here. So what do knight c6? That looks a nice move.
Do we care about queen takes b7, or is?
Well, rook b8. Oh, does rook b8 actually trap the white queen? In that case,
if we get knight c6, queen b7 doesn't look very good at all.
I meant. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it there.
Oh, okay.
You meant when it was black to move.
Yes, I did, John. Thank you for humiliating me publicly in that way.
No, I can continue to do that.
I mean,
the pleasure's all mine, actually.
so you have to. So if knight takes bishop, then queen b7 is good.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
So it's a sensible idea. It's just not. If black plays knight takes g5, then queen b7, bishop c6, queen c8 check is picking up the exchange at least.
Nice. Yeah.
Although the king's a bit exposed with the queen.
Can we hear that again? Sorry, I was a bit slow.
While knight c6, knight takes g5, black can then take on b7, because if bishop c6 covering the rook, then queen c8 check, and that's a pawn. That's a clear pawn.
It looks a little bit like checkmate, actually.
Might,
no, it doesn't.
Well,
it doesn't. Sorry, the bishop's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I beg your pardon. Yeah.
Shall we push on?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so white develops a piece.
Yeah.
And prepares to castle. I'm doing a Ben Feingold impersonation.
You could do a Sean Talbot impersonation.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say anything.
Okay. So black continued. Knight takes bishop.
Chop, yeah, which looks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That wasn't meant to happen.
Butterfingers.
Butterfingers.
In a way, I'm not sure that's the best move. It's embarrassment of riches. Yeah,
Well, black's letting this drift a bit. I think.
Well, white's going to castle and play c4.
Yeah. Agreed.
That has to be the right idea for white.
John, can I ask a quick question? What does that? Oh.
What does what?
Sorry, I was wondering what those funny icons on the board mean. I was just wondering if we can actually get a board window where we can
They're
Messing
chapters,
around.
aren't
So what do the 3 icons below the moves do, especially the one on the right?
Is that something?
So below the moves of the game, you know, where it says at the bottom Rook C5, Queen D8, you've got various icons at the bottom.
Oh yeah, that's
What do they do? Can you hover over them?
Share. Well, I don't want to do that.
That looks like
Download.
download.
Don't want to do that.
No.
Live analysis. Let's do that.
Well, that'll just give us a computer board. Oh, okay. Is this a separate board? Can we mess around on this? Oh, what happened there?
We can mess about.
Well, we've got,
it doesn't-
you've got the final position here.
I think we've gone to the. Let's go back a bit then. We're on the live board.
Okay. Oh,
So
spoiler alert.
what
Yeah.
happened where we were? Yeah.
Quite
Right, here we go.
exciting.
Yeah,
It's quite
H6.
exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you just play a random move just to see if we can mess around with the variations?
Like this one.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Actually, that would stop that castling, wouldn't
John,
it?
that's a
Well,
bit speculative. Oh,
That's
yes,
why
it's
I played
stopped
it.
That would be quite irritating if it stayed there for any
But
time.
Spielman might play that, actually.
Can't do that.
Okay.
You can't do that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
White didn't go for that
Okay. So go back.
bizarreness.
It's bracketed it, but it
And now, if you do the right arrow stuff or whatever, it goes through the game, does it?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Okay, so what happened now? Castles? Yeah,
Cool. Okay.
castles, and a draw was agreed.
Well,
No, it wasn't.
well, both sides have finished their development. I think I'm with Mark. I think Black has let this slip a bit because I thought he was doing quite well.
Yeah.
And now I think, if anybody, I think it's pretty equal.
Yeah, but look
Well,
at this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's weak, but
But you need to move again to the centre quickly. Get your
White's going to play C4 anytime soon.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
quickly.
So what
So-
happened now? Rook C8 or something?
yeah, is Queen takes pawn a threat? No, probably
No.
not. You can take on A3 if nothing else.
Well,
Now that the bishop on D7 is loose, I was thinking.
Yeah.
is loose.
But anyway,
Well, he did. Well,
That's a worthwhile inquiry.
Black decided it was a threat, didn't he?
oh, he moved, did he?
He played Rook B8, so he must.
Oh,
have.
okay, cool.
Is this what's his person's name again?
Sarah Grattage.
Sarah as in a woman or Sarah as in a man?
Well, that's a leading question.
Let's not speculate on that, but it's a lady.
Well,
Sarah
yeah,
Grattage.
that's all. It sounds like a woman, but it might not be.
But look at the elo.
Do 449.
Can't even spell the surname, James. How do I?
Anyway,
Philip, that's the correct elo.
Black played Rook B8. Obviously thinking Queen B7 was actually threatened because the bishop is loose. So now it's White to move. I would predict C4 here. I don't know what was played.
C4.
Pardon?
I think you said C4, didn't you?
Well, that's what I would predict. What about anybody else? Anything else?
Well, from White, sorry, John, I was, yeah,
It's White to move here. I'm predicting C4 was played.
yeah, I think so.
It's
I mean, maybe some rook move.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think White wants to
no.
keep that backward pawn all the game.
Yeah.
I reckon C4. Yeah.
I mean, this is still going to be a long-term problem. This horrible
Yeah.
A-pawn.
Yeah.
So what was played? C4. Yeah.
But White's going to get, one more pawn in the centre, I
Is
guess.
C5 a threat, or is that?
Well, it does invite B6, doesn't it? C5.
I think pawn takes pawn is more of a threat, just isolating the queen pawn.
Yes,
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
In other words, it's good all round, according to it. Then, yeah, I think so.
I mean, White has recovered from a rather horrible position.
Well, this is it. I was practically
Well, so has Black, it must be said.
both players have struggled.
So,
Our scrutiny is so
Well,
deep.
maybe White can play Bishop B1, Queen D3, and mate. What about that?
yeah,
Oh yes.
okay.
Because
You're a
Can't
man
get-
after my own heart, John.
pardon?
You're a man after my own heart. Keep it subtle,
Yeah, no. Just keep it simple. Bishop B1, maybe
No.
Queen C2, aiming for some cheapo, and then mate. So let's see what happened. What
He won't play
what
that.
happened next? Who wants to predict a move?
I think
Uh,
Black ought to exchange on C4.
And they did. So, well, we can't. We don't want to lose the A pawn. So,
Good takes with the rook.
well, we might better go rook c5.
Yeah, how
after
do
that.
we retake? That's a good question.
Might
Yeah.
want to play. Well, I want to keep the bishop on this diagonal. So
Well,
let's see what happened. Rook
I think
takes.
C4 looks right.
Yeah, it does look right.
There's no tactics in it.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say it also stops e5 or makes it more. No, maybe it doesn't. It makes it more difficult.
But it allows this to happen as well, doesn't it?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Rook c5 allows knight e5. The
Oh,
question is, how good or bad is this bishop now?
I don't think it's terrible.
no, it's not right.
I mean, I'd much rather it was there.
Well, that'd be handy.
Well,
It would be
handy.
But
Thank you,
yeah,
John,
I
for
mean,
that deep analytical point.
Yeah. Well, I'm just, it's, you know, I don't think Michael Adams would say anything different. He'd say, I'd much rather the bishop was there.
it's hard to disagree with that.
But in fact, that's where he put the bishop in last week's game, wasn't it?
I think it was a different bishop.
I think it was a different position.
I think
A different position. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Okay, so
Black played.
Queen on
No, yeah.
Oh,
He wants to put the knight on d5, perhaps.
well, all the bishop, because the bishop can now go to c6.
Pretend it's a full box and then go there.
Yeah, but it does give White the option of going knight e5. So pros and cons to that move.
I like white all of a sudden.
I
Yeah,
think I prefer White here.
Yeah, I agree
And I
with you.
didn't, but
I agree with you.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Where's the queen going now?
I'll probably mess it up with either colour.
that's a very fair question. That's a very fair question.
Wow.
Queen has to go back to D8, doesn't it?
Yeah, I
It's
think
gonna-
it
it's
does.
gonna go-
Well,
No, you can go to a4.
Yes, it can go to a4, and maybe that's not. Maybe that's what he should do. I'm not
How
sure.
terrible is that? It's better than that, surely.
Well, White's going to come in on c7.
These are the only two choices, aren't they?
Yeah.
Where's he going? Let's see where it. So who?
it's B5. That's not very good though. But
Ugh,
I
really?
know you're going to do something.
Okay.
I think he should have gone to a4. I don't. Yeah.
What was
He
played?
might have been afraid of rook c7 after.
And
Yeah,
now knight
yeah.
e5 looks strong,
95 looks strong. Rook c1, rook f-c1
and this is strong.
looks pretty strong as well. Because it's hard for White to challenge the c5 because the b7 pawn might drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. good point.
What should we vote for? I'm voting for knight e5.
I'm voting for Rook FC1.
Yeah.
Yeah, rook FC1.
Okay. What happened? Oh, there it is. Yeah. All of a sudden, as they say in the magazines,
You can just play bishop f6 here though, can't he? Must
all
be
of a
fair.
sudden, White is engineered to have a slightly better position. In fact, I'd say it's more than slightly, isn't it?
well,
I think White should go here soon.
You got Bishop C6 though. I thought first E4 was good enough. But
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
Well, Black played the prophylactic King H8.
Really?
That doesn't look.
I can't understand that move at all.
well, it's Nimzovician to go knight G8 and then knight F6.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe he wants to put the knight on F6.
mhm.
That would be very profound.
Gone up. King H8's not good.
Doesn't look like it, does it?
Is he setting a trap? Is he hoping for rook c7, bishop c6?
No.
This,
Well, to be
which is
fair,
indeed a trap.
Yeah.
It's not much of one, though, is it?
No, but that's pretty good by my standards.
Well, it is a trap. I agree with you.
Thank you for that, caller.
Don't criticise my traps.
I mean, I agree with James. I think he's going to play knight F6, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah.
Well, if he isn't,
Unless.
Otherwise, it's pointless.
Yeah.
otherwise, he's probably heard what John said about being mated on H7. So
Just trying to make it easier.
Okay. Okay. So actually, we do have other games to look at, don't
Yeah,
we?
well, shall we quickly run through this to where it's
Yeah.
at?
Did he
Yeah.
play 95?
So
95.
95 got played.
Yeah.
Yeah. looks decent.
as predicted, as advertised. Oh,
Yeah,
not okay.
well,
He
that's a
wants
good
to bail
idea.
out. Black wants to bail out, doesn't he? I
Yeah.
think he's realised he's worse and he wants to bail out.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of pressure though on C6
C6,
potentially.
yeah.
Well, this can come here, you know.
Well, no, if knight
No,
takes
we
bishop.
take on D7 and play bishop B5.
No, not now. Not
Yeah.
now. I'm just saying.
No. But yeah, if white now takes on D7.
And then
Yeah.
play
Let's
bishop
see what
B5.
happened. He did take.
And he
Interesting
played
game. It's sort of gone up and down with
B5.
fairly small
bishop
changes.
B5, yeah. Bishop
Oh, he went
B5?
there.
Okay.
So how was Black defending himself against Bishop B1 and Queen D3?
For God's sake, John, that's the 15th time you've asked that question.
I know. I haven't had an answer. Nobody's answered.
G6, I'd imagine.
G6, yeah.
And then here.
H5.
Then G4. Oh no, okay.
No, well.
Well, that's why I wanted to go to G8 and to F6
Yeah.
to justify King H8.
I'm
Okay.
slightly surprised he went to E4, but maybe maybe it's right.
Well, this is very comfortable for White.
Oh, unless he's aiming for D5, but yeah.
Mm.
It's
I'm not
White
sure
to
if that-
play here. White to play.
He's playing
Yeah.
one hell of a strong player, let's be honest.
Shall we switch
Yeah,
games?
Oh, is this the final position?
This is the current position.
The current position. Yeah, okay.
Let's
Interesting
switch-
game.
let's
Interesting game.
switch games
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you do that? I've no
I think the
idea.
advantage has changed once or twice with fairly small changes in the position somehow.
So that's
How do we change game?
Excellent question.
Okay.
Maybe click on Isle of Wight at the top, unless.
Where's that? Oh, Isle of Wight. Oh yeah. So let's go to board 2.
Okay.
So that's somebody versus Daniel.
somebody else.
Oh, that game's finished. Oh, well, that's worth looking at. Let's look at that. one.
Okay. Yeah. Crikey.
Oh, come on,
Actually,
Camberley.
3 games have finished, and we've only looked at one. Crikey.
Well, it's too much waffle. That's the problem.
Yeah. Indeed.
Well, that doesn't help at all. What have I done now?
Is this
Oh, you've been a diamond member.
Is that a new window?
At the bottom there. You have to
Mr. Answer?
on the bottom.
Oh, here we go. Let's analyse.
That's the final
Oh,
position.
cool. Okay. So Daniel was black, if I remember.
Yeah, Daniel's black.
Okay. What have we got completely? Oh, because the game's finished. That's why we've got to do.
Okay, so let's whiz forward then. Knight F6,
Okay.
D4. So it's no longer in English, it's something else. King's Indian or Grunfeld or
Grunfeld.
Benoni.
Grunfeld, not Grunfeld.
Thanks, James.
That's right. There's an allow on it.
This is.
So now it is at Grunfeld.
Yeah.
Sorry, James.
You should apologise to Grunfeld.
in person. Oh, God. Oh, this is.
Well, At
This-
Grandmaster level, it's always the exchange, isn't it?
It is. This E3 move, it isn't a totally stupid system. It looks weak and pathetic in some ways. You just defend the pawn and you block your bishop in.
Yeah.
But it is slightly tricky to meet as a Grunfeld player. It's
Okay.
I've forgotten all the analysis. Oh, dear. Okay.
Oh,
this normal,
nice.
Colin?
Oh,
Okay. I don't like that move, to be honest.
Got a big tick here, look.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
who are you calling a big tick? Look, that's
It must be all right if there's a tick.
Tick is not good, John.
What does
After
tick-
excellent and best.
A tick just
Okay.
means okay.
Well, it weakens the E4 square. What can I say? So
Castles, knight F3,
Yeah.
excellent.
a teacher would write something like "See me afterwards."
Okay.
C6.
I think. Yeah. Okay. C6 can't be a bad move, but C5 must be possible as well.
Bishop E2. I think that's.
Can't we just take on C4 and then play? Oh no. Well,
I'll play what?
I was just thinking
C5.
we could after C6 we could try and hang on to the pawn, but no, we can't.
Well, the bishop can see the pawn.
I know that.
Yeah, it might be an idea to take it and then play B5 and just be active. So White's trying to find, create a solid clamp in the centre.
Yeah.
plant his knight on e5 and
Well,
take it from there. But
I think White has strong pointed e5, I would say.
I don't know e5.
Where's this game going?
Who's M. Ransom?
If you look on the at the top right, you can see the sort of progression of the game. It looks like White's made a blunder, and the game's gone very much downhill from there.
Didn't White win though?
yeah, no, don't.
No,
Yeah,
Black
I
won.
think I'd have to say that f4 is probably a weak move, but it's not a blunder. It means that
It's too loosening.
it's too loosening, and Black, as you can see, has got fairly easy play. And the difference is, if you imagine that White now plays his knight to e5, Black can at some point boot it away by moving his f-pawn to f6. But White doesn't have that opportunity with the Black knight because he's moved his f-pawn already.
Yeah.
So
He's gonna boot it away with the knight,
okay,
but not boot it away.
okay. So what's the best move here? We all wonder.
That's a very fair question.
That is a good question.
Yeah, it's a question I ask myself a lot when I'm playing chess. I barely answer it.
How about taking on c3 and then trying to make the white c pawn backward?
I think that sounds like an excellent plan.
Yeah, but you can soon push c4.
Yeah,
mean,
well,
the
I didn't say it was viable. I just
this
said
is the problem here.
It's interesting actually, because what he really wants to do is move his knight back. I'm not sure he can do that.
This is le problème for White. So what happened here? Oh, takes.
Took it. Best move. Okay. Sorry, remind me who is our player here? Who's the captain?
Daniel.
Daniel is Black.
Yeah.
Oh,
whose,
Daniel.
whose father is what?
Kim's lad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Black's going.
Oh,
Oh,
How can that be a double question? Oh, it's a double question mark move. It is a double question mark.
well, the question is, why is it a double question mark?
that is the question.
I'll put it on the board and you'll see.
Yeah.
Is knight b4 a problem?
It might be. It looks like a big problem.
I think
What,
knight b4.
what about
I
knight takes
think something,
d4?
I thought that's what John said. Knight takes d4. Yeah.
I said that. John just said something wrong. He said knight b4.
I think knight b4 is a problem for White now.
I think knight d4 is a bigger problem, isn't
I
it?
thought you said knight d4.
Or maybe knight d4 is a bigger problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh yeah,
The
that
main
is a
problem
bigger
is John didn't say it. No.
No. I did Black spot this.
Okay. Yeah, keep going.
Yes.
Yeah, good one, Daniel.
Excellent. We like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
So
not
Dick-
just a pawn.
Extra pocket money for Black.
Oh yes, because it's check as well.
Oh no, he didn't.
It gets his. That's really in the face.
That
He
is-
was going to lose a lot of material. It wasn't just a pawn, because with the knight on d4, he was still threatening to play knight takes bishop and attack the rook on a1.
Scylla Black would say.
And F5 is covering B1, isn't it?
Scylla Black would say it's a Laura material.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, keep going then. Let's go to the end of it. So he's not a full rooker. Yes, he is.
Is he?
Oh no, he's not. He's the exchanger, isn't he?
Oh no, he's not.
Let's
Oh
go.
yes, he
Good
is.
for an out.
And 2 pawns.
Yeah.
At least bishop a3 got a tick.
Well, okay. Let's get, how many more moves are there on this?
But we'll keep going until we see something controversial and then see what happens. Yeah.
Or is it going to be a Super League or something? Is that what's going on?
It's already.
No, Boris Johnson is against the Super League.
Yeah.
There he is, yeah.
It's
Unbelievable.
already stopped happening. They've
He's
all
made the
pulled
first
out.
correct decision he's ever made as Prime Minister, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh,
Not decision, but
Oh.
What's he good?
He's on the pitch.
There's some issues now.
This is looking grismo.
Very good technique. Swapping off. He's ahead of material, so swap off queens.
Correct.
Minor pieces all over the queen side. They think it's all over.
It
In
is.
fact, well, they're heading for the box.
Yeah. Okay, keep going. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just defend the pawn. Why not?
That's being very calm here.
Yeah, rook f d8 and rook d1 is threatened.
That is a small threat.
Oh,
Chompity chomp.
it's all over.
Oh,
Okay, what can we do about that? Nothing.
no, hang on, that's not the attitude.
Let's go here. Okay.
Is this not the position? Is the game finished?
Did that happen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Best move. Best move.
Yep.
Well, black can go here. And
Yeah.
then rook d1 is still going to happen. Oh, why didn't it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I quite like the idea of the rook on b8 because it might have been able to take the knight on
Yeah.
b3 at some point. But whatever. Rook c8. It must be a good move. As
Isn't
well.
this more direct, Colin?
I think that's a good move. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. All right.
You've got to come to C1 then. You can do that, but it's pretty bad.
Oh,
Oh.
it's Jack.
Ooh,
Fortunately, I would say it was like the siege of Leningrad.
for her.
No, he would. I know he's dead, but you know.
F. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Keep going. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, I want my mummy, Stuart.
Oh no, bishop f2. No, not bishop f2. Okay.
Who said I want my mummy?
Stuart Knox, he always says that.
No.
Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun.
Yeah, I somehow knew it.
Oh dear.
Right.
Oh, he's done it
Oh.
now. Excellent.
Very, very good move. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's a good move. Oh, very nice.
And now,
Ruthless,
Nice.
ruthless chess from Daniel.
Very
Well
nice.
played, Daniel Sheck.
Definitely earning the pocket money.
Yeah. Very well played.
And
Yeah.
White gave up.
98.3 accuracy.
Okay.
Very good.
Vice Cape Town. Okay. Okay.
How
Next
did that
game.
play?
Next
You played
game.
quite- for Daniel, that's quite slow play.
Yeah, yeah. Right, how do I get to the next game?
Good question.
Forgotten the game.
Is this a new completely new window, by the way?
No, no, I'm
This
just
is-
staying in the same window.
Okay. Well, hit the back button and see where you came from.
Oh, that's
How about that?
very, that's.
Right.
Okay,
Here we go.
Let's go.
Games in progress.
Where am I seeing that to?
I think you are in a new window. If you go
Am
back
I?
one on the top.
Hang on.
Oh.
Let's try and work this out.
I'm in the dark. Oh,
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the next game. Upcoming events. Right. Can anyone? Oh, Isle of Wight. Oh, here we go. Board 3, Mark Williams. Sorry, that's a
Tony
snooker
Williams.
player.
Tony Williams.
Tony Williams, Mark Payne's in progress.
Okay.
Let's have a look at that one.
Yeah. You're not sharing in case you didn't know.
No, I know. I can't. I'm trying to
Okay.
bring the game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring.
Just
fine.
checking.
In fact, that doesn't appear to have started.
well,
So
maybe
let's
it's the
go-
second game that hasn't started.
Is anyone ready for a grob?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, bring it on.
Let's grub up.
Let's grob.
It's actually Grove, actually.
Gordon.
Not Grub.
It is Grove, but no one calls it that.
Well, what nationality is that then?
Swiss.
Oh, okay.
Henri Grub was a Swiss IM.
I didn't know he was Swiss.
For it. Oh dear, this is quite a
Good
long
job
one.
I'm here then, isn't it?
I think.
Well, this game is the slowest I've ever done.
Wow. Okay. So Camberley is black. Isle of Wight is white.
Very appropriately, and Spock with the white pieces.
Okay. That's Tony Williams. Yeah.
Oh, it isn't a grob, but it will be a ball. I think. Right, Gordon's going to play H6 now. There you go. How did I
Okay.
know?
That's
How did I know
spoiler
that?
alert. You shouldn't. You
Well,
Where's Mike Basman when you need him?
well, there's more than one way of playing chess. One way is to put your pawns in the centre immediately. The other one's to snipe back when the opponent's put his in the centre. So Gordon prefers the latter approach.
Okay,
Evidently.
taking a stake on the H4 square.
better late than never with that.
Well, that will stop Simon Williams. He thought he was going to play H. I think it just encourages H4
Well,
actually.
Conor McNabb, when he plays the modern, always doesn't like to fianchetto his bishop. If he can
Oh, you
delay
place
it.
the modern without fianchettoing?
Yes, if he can, he will say, "Oh, I haven't fianchettoed you."
That's a
What,
curious.
what he
way.
delays it, James, or he actually puts the bishop elsewhere?
No, he doesn't put it elsewhere. If
Okay.
he just psychologically, he just plays these little games.
Okay.
Okay, so, you know, as said, black is fighting back at white centre rather than...
Sort of a sniper, if you imagine the pawns on G6 and H7.
Evening, everyone.
Hello, Steve.
Enjoy my masterpieces.
I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, we're
we've
just
seen them
going through them. Yeah,
yet. We're just looking at a Borg.
Well,
Yeah.
if white takes on C5, is black going to take on C3?
Well, not with a knight on E2.
No, exactly. Yeah, I just noticed.
Yeah.
As usual, I can never
If
remember.
it was
the
here,
date.
maybe. So, who can explain the middle game plan for black, Colin?
Michael Basman.
Well, I think it's to develop his pieces, and it's the same as a middle game for most people. There is a question: where, if anywhere, is black going to castle? Which side? He's weakened the king's side, maybe not fatally.
Yeah.
When the queen's side doesn't look that attractive either, but
Surely taking knight D, all joking to one side for once in my life, playing knight takes D4, wouldn't it be better to take the pawn?
good question.
Oh,
Wouldn't you be controlling more central squares and have the
Yeah,
possibility?
I think I'd have taken with the pawn.
Yeah, I
I think
agree.
you want to play
But on
knight-
the other hand, yeah,
knight
he's got the
F5,
F5
yeah.
square. Yeah. So, good question.
Right. What's Gordon going to do here?
Well, he'll either play king F8 or
The obvious bishop F8.
it's
Not.
Yeah, knight F5 is an interesting move, really.
Shall
You've been
I reveal?
You've been good.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to take it as black, but I don't play this opening.
Is that what happened? Or not?
That is
Yeah.
what happens. Yeah.
Okay. So it kind of accentuates weaknesses in black's king side, really. He's put his pawns on dark squares, and now he doesn't have a white squared bishop to oppose his opponents.
Where's this going then? I just thought I'd ask that question.
Probably C3, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, it's a bit of trading. I suppose if Queen D5 was E6 a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got Queen E4 afterwards, but goodness knows what happens there. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
knight E5 is
looks very reasonable, doesn't it? As
Yeah.
long as it doesn't run out.
Queen A4 check, King
Queen
F8.
A4.
Yeah, but you can't stop that. Let's play King F8.
Yep.
Actually, Gordon normally plays King F8 / F1 in these positions anyway. Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Check. So King F8
Well, I've told Rob Strachan not to say the word check.
and to use what instead?
You don't say anything because during the Lloyd's Bank there was actually a dispute because somebody said check,
Was it Korchnoi?
and somebody the South American players against Phil Cunningham.
Henrik Mecking said check.
The check. No, it's Hort actually. It said the check is in the post.
Moving swiftly on.
Moving swiftly.
Well, he's normally playing this pretty well, isn't he?
Yes, I think he is. Yeah.
It's this fantastic opening, which is
But you like the yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Okay, so he's going. Yeah.
that's a little bit controversial, isn't it?
I'd have
F4.
played it, absolutely. Why not?
that can't be best.
Why not?
Well, where is the knight going?
Open up lines against the king.
G6,
Well, exactly. Yeah.
which is where it did go.
But it was forced, wasn't it?
No, you can hop into here and anyway.
No, you meant at that moment.
What happened next? We took it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You can take on G5 as well. I don't know if it's.
Queen E4 looks good to me.
I was just about to move the queen there.
Oh,
King G7.
Okay, what did White do? Oh, he took there.
Well, black's got to retake with the pawn. I think that's his point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it does seem a little bit. I don't know. He doesn't have to take.
Yeah. All right. So this happened.
Yeah, no, it's pinned.
Hoping for mate on H2 at some point.
In Basmanic style.
Yes, it is Basmanic.
Okay, there's a small threat of Queen G5 here.
Yeah, I think black's got to move his king into safety.
King
King
G7.
G7 might be wise.
King G7.
Can we play rook? Who's moved? I always get. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure about this position. It's quite interesting, isn't it?
Well, we've got E4, haven't we?
You have got E4.
I
Let's
want
see.
to play rook G4, rook H.
Let's see what happened. E4 happened. Yep.
I don't like that. I
You
don't
don't?
like that. That's suspicious.
What you worried about?
I'm worried about something happening on H2. Bishop D4 check, King H1.
Can we take on B2 and then play Queen B6 and then take on B2?
Well, can we sack on H2?
Basman would love that.
Yeah, you got
Queen
H2.
Queen B6 check. Does this work? Does this force
Can we go Bishop D4, King here, moves the Queen something, and then go Rook H2?
Well, can we force it with Queen B6 check first?
Yeah, maybe. Don't know what's going on here.
And that gives us the option of putting our bishop on E5. Can you try that on the board?
What, here?
No, Queen B6
Queen.
check.
No, next week.
Queen B6. Next week. Right.
So if he moves the rook in the way, you can
Queen
play
David
bishop
Howe.
D4, winning it.
Yeah.
So King H1 is forced.
Ah,
can we
and
play
then
rook
take on.
takes-
Let's
yeah,
go
no.
here.
Well, no, rook takes pawn
No.
check, maybe.
No, take on H2.
Well, I don't know if it
H2.
works, it must be said.
Well, I was going
Well,
to play
if
this.
it doesn't, we can blame John.
Yeah, okay.
John
we
is
play-
right.
Can we play this first and then Rook H2?
Well, if White
Well-
lets us, yeah. But can we take on H2?
Come on,
It
if
is
it,
forcing.
It's legal.
Rook H3 could interpose the queen, but I think if King G3, Bishop E5 is not
it quite-
necessarily winning.
well, if it isn't, then that is a big rook to have let go.
True.
What about?
I never thought this was any good. Whose idea was it?
Mine. So why Rook H4? Sorry, can we look at this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something better than that. Let's have a look. Is there
This isn't good enough, is it? I mean, this isn't working.
Isn't it?
What is it?
It maintains the small initiative, but it doesn't. I don't think Alan.
It's saying minus 7.55 for
Yeah,
black.
so Bishop E5 check and then Rook H4.
No, Bishop B5 check, King F3.
Yeah, Rook H4.
Well, what about
Oh,
rook
Queen
check?
takes pawn. How irritating.
Yeah. What about rook checks? Is that
Why not
work?
rook?
Oh, Rook F1 check. Yeah, Rook F8 check.
Rook F8, King E2,
Queen
Queen
B5.
B5.
And we get our rook back at least.
and the attack rages.
And the attack is rages. Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty crushing.
that is and it's forced. Yeah,
And it's mate in 10, apparently.
right.
Oh, we could have played.
Where does it say that?
It's so weird.
Could have played.
I think it's probably
Queen
mate in
H3.
10. I just spotted it.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Shall we see what happened?
That's quite a nice line, isn't it?
Yeah, but what about Queen H3?
Just say hi.
How does that go, Colin?
Good question. So Mark's point is King H1, Rook takes pawn check, King takes Rook, Rook H8 check,
Queen H3.
Queen
Yeah.
H3. So
Yeah, we would have to face this.
we would. This would be
Well,
well, Bishop E5 check. Anyway,
All rooks then.
King H1, maybe. Oh, you can play G3 to be fair.
You can play G3, yeah.
you're not going to turn down taking the queen. It moves the rook to, you know.
Yeah, the question is, what after that?
The
Tell you
question
what, can we backtrack on Bishop E5 check? Sorry, I thought it was good for some reason. Yeah, I mean,
Maybe Queen takes rook check.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go back to?
well, play Rook H8 check,
Yes.
Queen H3,
and just take it.
and then just take, say, No, actually, no. Take on B2. Take on B2 with the bishop. And rook B1 is met by bishop E5.
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
Because take the bishop though.
Completely ignoring the queen. Yes. Well,
Yeah, I don't know how good this is though. I still think it's good for black, but yeah, it is two rooks versus a queen.
Can we see what happened?
Yeah, go on then. Yeah,
strategically, what did White do wrong to get in such a pickle?
I'm not sure about this F4 idea, to be honest. I mean, I might be judging it after the event, but
I don't know what the last real move was.
King 7.
E4.
Pardon?
E4.
Oh, he played E4, didn't he?
E4. That was a real move.
Well, that allows Queen B.
Oh, he played it.
That's the balls up because it allows Queen B6 check.
Yeah, but let's see what happens in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did this actually happen, or is this our variation?
I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's our E4 happened, but
How do we see the real game?
Do you click on all of? Do you click on all of White or not? No. No, that's just the.
I don't believe that Gordon would miss this.
No, because I mean, there's millions of moves after.
Wow, what's going on?
This is it.
Oh, it happened.
Oh, bishop
Ooh.
F4.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh,
Really?
how could we miss that?
Well, we did backtrack from bishop E5 check.
Oh.
Oh, he didn't play that. Crikey.
Oh
well,
yeah, the queen is still on the board.
Yeah, yeah.
Should have played.
What?
Yes, maybe. I think he should have played queen E3 check, actually.
Yeah, Queen E3 would be.
You can talk about the analysts.
Yeah.
Well, Gordon played Queen E3 check.
Well, surely
This is just winning.
White could resign there.
Bishop takes rook check. What?
No.
What on earth is he doing?
Oh my God, he's playing.
Why didn't
Could
you
have
play
played
bishop
bishop
F4?
takes rook check there.
Because he
hadn't
didn't
you?
Bishop
see it.
F4 is crushing, isn't it?
Yeah, bishop
Yep.
F4 is crushing. Yeah. Yeah.
Not to mention quite good.
Unfortunately, Gordon didn't play that.
You could also have played G5, I think, actually. Actually, was G5 a bit? Yeah, sorry. No, bishop takes rook check,
He
obviously.
played G5 earlier, so
Well, now there's loads of moves.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the excitement that was game spoiled.
3, 4, 5. Okay.
So Gordon missed this move, winning.
And he's a piece up. He's a piece up for nothing.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay. Okay, it's a pity because that was a brilliant attack. That
It
was a
was.
brilliant attack.
It was.
And it's a
Absolutely.
shame. So can you go to the end, John, and perhaps see what's happening? It looked like Gordon. Yeah, so Gordon lost that game, didn't he?
Unfortunately, despite being winning.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we?
Despite, that's
Okay,
a pity.
let's
But he
switch
played
to
a great game
So we
and,
switch to a Steve Harley game.
and just an oversight. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the board one game has been drawn,
Okay. I think it was evening out, wasn't it?
and Daniel won his other game. So let's go to a Steve Harley game. Is Steve Harley there? No.
I can't see him.
Saved both his games.
Right. Okay. So Steve is white and somebody else is black. So here we go.
Charles.
NVQ. That's an unusual set of initials.
Obviously qualified though.
It's
Okay.
not very qualified. Oh, D6.
I haven't heard that one before.
Am I?
No, I think you're right, aren't you?
So why didn't black take on D4 here?
Because he hasn't read as many bats for the books as you've got, John.
Or you? Okay, well, Steve's in the meeting, so he can explain himself. Oh no, it's black that didn't take. Yeah, black didn't take.
D6 just looks like a mistake, doesn't it?
I mean, that's what we're expecting. D6, I've never. That's a very unusual novelty.
Wrong move order.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay,
Steve,
fair
you
enough.
there?
Knight B. Oh,
Are you there, Steve?
after
He keeps, yeah.
he's keeping a
But
low.
both of his games have finished, so there's no skullduggery or whatever going on.
I keep admitting him to the meeting and then he disappears again.
I'm not surprised with moves like that.
Steve, are you there? It's a bit like a seance, this is.
On my screen, there were
Are
two
you-
Steves for a moment.
Is there anybody there?
No, Steve has left. I just had a notice.
Ah,
Oh,
so we can't get his reaction to D6? Question mark. All right, okay. Well, I already prefer white. It's a sort of a check Benoni with an extra pawn. If you take that off, it could be a check Benoni, couldn't it?
Put it on D6 to check Benoni.
Oh yeah, put it on there. Good point, Mark.
So what should White do? Yeah, I think that's probably a good move actually.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Yeah, I think I'll play that as well.
And then swap off and play C4 maybe.
Yeah,
Staunton
That's
would
one-
play.
that's
would swap
one-
off and play F4.
that's a no.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, that's quite a massive clamp. Is that what happened? Let's look. I don't want to get ahead of myself. What did White play? I think they did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what actually happened.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Black, I think it's correct to play E6 here, isn't
There
it?
has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you're going nowhere. So E6 looks correct. Knight C3 now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Knight F6 now? H6? No, I don't think so.
Yeah. No.
I would not have played H6.
No. Wouldn't occur to
Don't
me.
see the point of H6.
Fuck the bishop.
It stops
Yeah, but it's not
White
coming
putting the
in.
bishop on a bad square.
Yeah.
Okay, so White doesn't need to worry about bishop G5. Castles. This all looks very reasonable.
White's got more space.
Just a tad.
He's got. He doesn't want to. Well,
He's got more space. He's got a pass pawn for a start.
yeah, he's got to have something. He's got to do something. He needs to break. He's got breaks. He's got breaks with F4 and B4. But F4 looks.
Yeah. So what would you do here now?
I played
Very interesting question.
A3 maybe.
F3 isn't stupid.
Steve's trying to enter the meeting again.
Is pawn takes pawn stupid here?
No, it's good.
Massively stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks wrong to give up all White space advantage in some ways.
I think that's hugely stupid, Colin, if you don't mind me saying so.
I don't mind at all. I'm kind of used to it.
I mind you saying so, John. Don't be so rude to Colin.
Thank you, James.
I can be, well, all right.
So what I was thinking was Black's
I
king
think
is in the middle.
let's see if Steve's joined the meeting and he can tell us what he was thinking here.
Julia's joined the meeting.
Oh, Julia, yeah. Well, having achieved a very nice position, I mean, what was your reaction when Black went D6 instead of taking on D4, Steve? Hello, is there anybody there? No,
No answer. Came the stern reply.
it's all frozen up.
Once
Okay.
again, they're not.
Pawn takes pawn. Then what, Colin? Did not knight D5 or something?
Well, I was thinking of I was thinking of Queen A4 check, and then Knight B5 perhaps
How you going to check? Oh, after queen takes. You mean? Yeah.
after Queen takes.
That's exactly.
I mean, this,
Yeah.
this,
Queen
Then how
A4,
does Black respond?
this,
Yeah.
and this.
and then this
Yeah.
at some point. So Rook D8, maybe not.
Russell Granite would like this.
Yeah.
He likes all cheaper.
I mean,
What did Bobby Fischer say about him once?
Or Russell Granite.
Yeah.
Said, I quite fancy his sister.
No, he
What
said,
kind of bishop biting on him?
don't allow your bishops to bite on granite.
Russell Granite. If Rook D1 there, surely wins the house.
Yes,
Well,
Black's got to defend against
I'm
Knight.
aiming to do
Yeah.
this, James, but it is Black's move.
And White is threatening Rook D1, and he's threatening Knight C7
As
check.
pointed out.
Oh, this is a problem for a start.
So,
Yeah, this is huge for White, isn't it? So what actually happened? So castles,
Interesting move, Colin. That.
Knight F6. Bishop E3 was played instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks very reasonable. Looks extremely reasonable. And black played Bishop E7. Okay.
And
Now that last variation doesn't do anything because black
Doesn't
just
work,
castles.
does it?
Yeah,
Is it
black just castles out of it.
So now,
Isn't black bishop to D6 is better than E7, surely?
It probably was.
yeah,
Yeah, looks better.
Probably was, Philip. Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I suspect that White should just consolidate and play slowly.
Well, here's an this is an interesting point, actually.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm finally here.
It's an interesting point here to consider what White's correct plan should be now. Because we.
Sorry.
It's all right. Oh, I was just asking, Steve, what was your reaction to seeing black play D6 instead of takes on D4?
I couldn't believe my eyes. I'd never seen it before.
Did
And
you
I spent
the
a
air?
while. Sorry.
Did you punch the air?
Well, I spent a while. I spent a while looking at D takes C5.
Yeah.
And then taking on D8, and I didn't see an immediate win. Maybe I overlooked it.
No, I don't think so.
But this is much
because he just takes with the knight. And I thought, well, I'll play, Bishop B5 check. It didn't seem very different from what I actually played. So I went for a plan where I wanted to play C4 to bolster the centre. I thought, well, I'll play Bishop B5 before that, so I'm not shutting the bishop out. Swap the bishops off, play C4, and just go for a big centre and see what happens.
Yeah, no, I think that's correct.
And you've got a very nice position as a result.
The question is, having reached this point, what is the correct plan from here? Does it involve the F?
Don't go through your second game.
Because you don't really want to undouble black's pawns. But the question is, how do you make progress?
Yeah, well, I decided to swing the queen across to the king's side
move, I think, so
with the idea of putting my rook on D1. Well, maybe putting my rooks on C1 and D1. Obviously, if I've got a rook on D1, then I might be threatening to take on E6 or push on to D6. I just put my pieces on some aggressive squares, really.
Yeah.
And see what black does, but I could see this plan.
Not much black can do. He can play rook C8 and castle.
Well, I thought queen F3, queen G3, bishop H6 if he castles.
Yeah.
It's crude, but what's he going to do about it?
Very subtle.
Well, black can
Not subtle at all.
It's not that bad.
It's effective.
It's
okay.
It doesn't have to be subtle to be effective.
Yeah, there's a decision we made here, isn't there? I don't know what the answer.
Now it is a bit of a decision. I suspect the C pawn is correct, isn't it?
I don't know. Anybody any thoughts? Anybody?
Well,
I'd take the C pawn, but I don't know really.
I would take with this, but I don't know.
It's not obvious to me though, because you know what your plan is after this, isn't it?
I mean, maybe it's correct to take with the knight and then with the C pawn.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Take here and then take with the C pawn.
Well,
that's possible.
I was happy with the position if knight takes. Well, as you put on the board there, and I thought, well, if he doesn't take with the knight, I'm just going to put a rook on D1, and then what's he going to do?
Yeah.
So you did take with the knight, did you?
I took with the knight, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
He has to concede more exchange.
So I thought, well, I've got a pass D1.
I think that's better than taking with the C pawn.
Yeah, I think so.
As pointed out.
And now we can go rook D1. And now we can go.
Another thing that I was looking at was if my queen comes to G3, I thought his knight might chase it with knight H5.
Yeah.
Also protecting G7. And I thought my queen might start getting kicked around. So I thought better if for me if the knights came off.
Did you play this now? Hoping.
Yeah.
You should school back.
Yeah.
Did he spot it?
No, he played bishop F6.
F6.
Kim, we can hear you. Earth to Kim, we can hear you.
Sorry.
No problem. Right, so did he spot the what did black do?
No, he played bishop F6, so I just took H6.
So you just took that and said thank you very much.
Yeah.
And what did he do?
Play
Rook
king
here?
h7, I think.
Rook here? Okay.
I think he played king h7 to get out of the pin.
Right. And you,
And just
well, you could go G5, couldn't you?
Yeah, but these bishops better anyway.
We've had enough G5s this evening to make.
But I mean, bishop e3, you're just better anyway, aren't you? Really?
Yeah.
Wherever you, well,
yeah, the only slight reservation I had about bishop e3 was I wanted to swing a rook over, get it onto the third rank, and then get the rook over onto the h file.
I like that.
So-
Just
so-
makes his bishop so bad.
this is just
So-
a tremendous asset, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just.
He's
you know.
paying. He's paying for his mistake so long ago. Really.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously trying to get some counterplay down the h file, but
There's stuff going on.
it's, another free pawn.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought he's not.
Yeah.
He hasn't got any immediate. Well, he hasn't got any immediate. He
took
hasn't
that,
even got
yeah.
any medium-term threats against h2. So I'll just carry on taking the pawns.
Why not?
And now, well, d6, rook coming into c7's a plan. Rook c1, rook c7.
Well, surely it's just a matter of technique now,
Russian.
Steve.
Shame I have. It's a shame I have so little. So let's just get this over with as quick as
It's a
possible.
pity there's never been a chess book written called "It's Just a Matter of Technique."
Surely Fred Reinfeldt wrote a book called
He
that.
perhaps he did, yeah.
Oh.
Black's clever plan of returning his king back to e8 is becoming clear, and then he'll castle.
Heidenfeld did that, castle twice in the same.
He did
game.
castle twice, yeah. Who was that against, James, for a bonus point?
I don't know. I think it was from the Irish Championship of 1973 or something like that.
No slight intended.
Definitely not.
Well, this is just very
It's going to
comfortable.
be an
isn't it?
Irish Championship this year.
This is very comfortable now.
Is it worth going through the remaining moves? And
Yeah, probably. Should we move on to a different game?
Yeah.
I take
Well,
it you
we can
convert.
see how Steve brilliantly finished it off.
All right, let's see. Okay.
Yeah, just go through it. Okay.
Oh, off
2
of-
points ahead, so why not try and swap off? Yeah. Rook's ideally placed.
Oh,
Oh, Black's rook. Oh, Black's
Oh,
rook.
this move
Sorry,
here.
Black's rook wasn't ideally
Rook's
placed.
optimally placed.
I think I would have played this, Steve. Actually,
I don't know if his hands. I don't know if his fingers slipped or something like that, or
it's got to be a
whether he
finger
just
slip.
lost the
Yeah,
will to live.
okay, it's probably a mouse slip in a lost position. So
But
just take it.
but even without that, I was going to play d6, rook d7,
He probably wanted to play here.
Yeah.
and it was crushing.
So did you take the rook?
I decided to take the rook.
Yeah. Yes.
On balance.
Okay, let's move to another one then.
Yeah. Well played, Steve.
Yeah, well
Thank
played.
you.
Got an
Right,
advantage.
we've not looked at any games from. Okay, we got Tony and Mark Payne's draw. Should we look at that, or this decisive game on bottom board?
Yes, please.
Let's go for the bottom board decisive game.
Oh,
And I don't even know who the players are.
But it's bottom.
Harry Duff for us.
All right, is Harry there?
I think
Looks
he's
like
only.
very main line.
Is Harry from Penarth by any chance?
Are you there?
He used to live in Penarth. He now lives in Brecon.
I think he's played the second game, isn't he?
Okay,
It
so
could be,
Camberley's
yeah.
black anyway.
Could be. So Harry's black.
He's playing under the banner of the Welsh Dragon.
He is. Okay.
Who's that? Anne Widdicombe. Okay.
George Botterill.
Now we're going to see the clever D4 knight f6. Yeah, okay.
You can play
C6.
knight f6 there.
Now black copied the other game by going knight f6.
Well, that's a
Actually-
move.
Yeah, that is a move. Georgiou used to play that.
Yeah, I'm feeling Tal did once or twice as well.
Good old Florin. Okay, well, I think we've seen this before. The old
Yeah, I think
Nigel.
this has been played before.
Bishop g5. Okay, whose theory is good
So
on this?
this is one of the sharpest openings around.
Victor Rouser, isn't it?
It's so sharp, I've cut myself.
Is Queen D2 right there?
The
Yeah,
Chevening.
it's the Victor Rouser, isn't it?
Okay.
I know there's a knight on c6, Mark.
What?
Should be a knight on c6, shouldn't there?
They still can be. I mean, it's not. a
And
problem.
A6 hasn't happened in the Richter
Because
round.
it's Scheveningen, isn't
Yeah, but
it?
it often does though.
Scheveningen, actually.
All right.
Scheveningen, if you don't want to be arrested.
Even England, yeah.
That was a test for German spies.
Oh yeah,
Right.
good luck. Yeah, thank you. Oh, what a giveaway.
Oh no, you're dead. What film does that line appear on?
Carve a
Great
name with
Escape.
pride. Carve a name with pride.
Is it The Great Escape?
It's a great escape.
Yeah.
There's chess in The Great Escape, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if this is theory or not, but I think it is.
Well, White normally plays f4 and Queen f3 in these lines,
Yeah.
but maybe this is just another setup.
Yeah, but he's played a different line, and it's not.
Oh, that
Yeah,
doesn't.
F3. I don't
that
like
Oh
does
F3.
dear, that's a bit static.
It's a
F3
little
not
bit
right.
unnecessary.
It's the English attack, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Deferred.
well, with the bishop on G5, it doesn't. I mean, he lost the tempo. You know,
No, I could not in that position. I
you
think
go on playing G5 without moving the bishop. You know, so
that's naff.
Okay, and now Black's going to play this and then this, hopefully, or something like that.
Who can tell?
I think I'd castle first.
H4.
No, I
Okay.
wouldn't.
No,
Bottom board.
Well, not yet, because not. Well,
Okay.
H6 isn't right.
Yeah, I'm not sure about h6. Okay.
oh, can you play G5 here? Is this an idea of
No.
No,
Well,
there's
can
a
you
rook on at the
play
end of it.
e5?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that looks a bit obvious,
That's
doesn't
what-
it?
that's
It
what
does
I'm
allow
thinking.
knight F5, of course.
It does, so we can pretend this is a sacrifice from
But
White's
let's
point of
pretend
view.
we've sacked some. Yeah. Okay. So White goes along with the pretense.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the game, is it?
This is it. I couldn't make this up, Mark. Come on.
get real? Well,
Yeah,
can't
get
huff-
real. Where?
Huff the
Trouble
bishop.
trouble with this sort of position is it could be two beginners, but it could be two grandmasters. You just can't tell.
Yeah.
Well, Black
I
took
think
the
in a minute
bait.
we might know.
Black took the bait here.
But it's knight d5 a move, crikey. This could be quite sharp actually. On the Black's king is
Well,
still
yeah, 'cause we
set up.
play
Can
rook.
we take up? I wanted to
Yeah,
take on
don't forget you've got
B5.
knight E5 here, though.
We can play rook E1 and take on E7. Oh, okay. Queen F4.
Yeah.
That's got still got knight E5 if you
Still,
do that.
Black still can't castle here. So knight D5 is not interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
But why didn't Black play knight takes G7 check?
He could have done. He might have thought it was better to actually leave Black's king in the middle of the board.
Well, I think I'm
The
inclined
threat
to
being
agree
more
with that.
powerful than an execution.
Mm.
Yeah. I think it was an alternative way of playing. Having said that, but
That's what Henry VIII said about Anne Boleyn.
That's a pub in Dogmacy.
Oh no, the execution was stronger than the threat in that case. Yeah. Right. So Black chases the queen away, or tries to.
Did this happen?
Oh,
So queen. This is exactly what happened.
Right.
So queen G4,
oh,
Oh.
like that.
and then knight DF6 perhaps.
Knight E5. Oh, no,
knight
can we do that?
e5 looks.
Can we then go G6?
And knight E5 is quite.
Hang on, can't you just take?
Well, knight E5, I'll take on H5. Don't forget.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
That's a very good point.
G6 though.
Oh,
Then-
G6 then. Ooh.
You're
That's
making it
what's
up as you
going
go
on
along.
there.
Yeah,
Mark.
but
Clear what's
aren't
going
we
on.
only won about 3 pieces.
but it
No,
does
too
win a
sharp.
queen. Yeah.
Too sharp. Yeah.
Oh
too
yeah.
sharp.
Okay.
Oh,
Does
okay.
that lose the queen?
Queen
No.
h3. You got h3.
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant
No, the other line. Did
Oh,
G6.
oh.
What?
Now
hang
That's
on.
nice.
this is
Wow.
it's suddenly pause the video. Everything's kicking off.
World 17.
Can you predict White's
you
next
sure?
move here? Well, you've seen it already.
That's knight D5, isn't it?
Right. Calculate.
Switch off and study the position.
Switch off. Turn the tape off. You've got 10 seconds to evaluate.
I think Black's winning. That's my evaluation. Very superficial, but there we go.
Based on what?
Knight takes queen, basically.
That old chestnut. Okay.
Mhm.
Followed by this.
Yeah.
Yes, devil's in the detail.
Knight takes queen, knight takes queen.
Check.
King D8.
It is check.
Oh, you might be able to play pawn takes knight there.
So who wants to predict the next move?
I don't know. Perhaps I ought to backtrack and say I don't know.
That's no good. We
Can I
can't.
say I don't know?
We can all say that you don't know, Colin.
Bishop takes knight.
I have met Colin before, and I know who he is. So I know.
Yeah.
It's a bit worrying for you.
Well, I'll pay you any
Okay,
money.
shall I
to tell you.
reveal? Okay, this was the move played.
Oh.
Can't be bad. Or can it?
It can be. Well, no, it can't be.
It can be, yes.
It's
It
the
can.
Queen
main.
takes knight.
What's going on here? We can take.
It's
on
very
it.
hard to say what's going on. There are so many possible exchanges
Yeah.
that
Well, we can take and play rook e7, can't we?
or
Hey,
review
what?
one even.
Did I say rook e7? We can take and play rook e1.
Yeah.
That's got
Yeah.
to be of interest.
Can't we
Take what?
But maybe black's just going to take on f5.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
H5 is always hanging. I mean, goodness knows what's going on here. It is
Well, I shall reveal the next move. White.
G6. How about G6?
Well, now we're threatening this, followed by rook e1 for sure.
Well, bishop takes
Oh no,
queen.
the queen's hanging.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're threatening.
This is all kicking off, isn't it?
Yeah, so is G6 a move?
It's impressive.
like
that
a-
Black
it looks
holds
like a
his
move.
head above water. Really.
Looks like a top move to me.
Well,
This is
G6.
clearly, yeah. This is clearly home preparation.
At the lowest level.
What are the
No.
time-
This is quite interesting, isn't it?
Of course
Yeah,
it
the top
is.
there. No.
I think it's quite interesting.
I think it's fascinating. Yeah, I think it's fascinating. I mean, how can you analyse this in a rapid game? You know, it's
Well,
just mind-boggling.
You've just got to real. At the moment, black is a piece up.
Probably
That's a good
can hear what we're
question. Actually.
saying.
What is the time control on these games? I missed the beginning.
But I think it's what is it, 25 minutes or something?
It's 20 minutes with a 5-second increment.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually.
Thanks
So
to
black's a piece up. The knight's hanging on h5. White's threatening rook e1. He's also threatening knight e7, followed by rook e1.
But it's black.
Except-
But it's black.
except that the knight's been.
Except that the queen is hanging on g4.
Yeah.
So
It says on
Okay.
Blackadder.
G6, surely G6.
G6 looks strong.
g6.
Bishop takes knight doesn't look stupid, but
Okay.
G6 looks best.
Shall we see the next move?
Yeah.
G6. Okay.
Hey,
I knew he was going to do that. Right.
Well, I'm tempted by this. I'm tempted by this.
Are you?
We've got Queen D4 to get out of the pin as well.
But maybe. Oh, there's Jim.
oh, that's a
That's
bit
a
of
good
a
one.
good fight. Well, Bishop F6 though.
Yeah, and then we maybe throw in a rook E1 or something. I don't know. But
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
It
not-
all
yeah,
adds
I'm
to
not-
it, doesn't it? All adds
Jim,
to
we
the
can't
spice.
see you. Are you incognito?
am I incognito? I'm in my pajamas.
Oh,
at the
there it is. Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. That's enough detail.
Hello,
Well,
Jim.
maybe
Nice to hear you
pajamas
on the
for you.
call.
Did you say?
So this is all kicking off
Yeah,
here.
good to
But
see you, Jim.
right, next move prediction.
Knight takes bishop.
Sorry. What
Well,
was
rook
that?
E1 then.
Well, rook e1 I think is what I would play, but that probably means it won't get played. Oh, okay, rook e1 then. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, surely the other rook.
I'd have moved the other rook. Yeah. But there we go.
Come
Who
on.
knows?
That introduces my new book. I should have moved the other rook.
Oh, he does have knight F6 here though. Oh no, he doesn't.
She's coming out in paperback anytime soon.
Is knight F6 a good move here? Discuss.
Possible move.
Yeah, looks very reasonable. Okay.
And he played bishop takes knight.
Probably not knight f6. What about queen d4 then?
Yeah.
Oh, bishop takes knight.
Black's
Oh, you
chopped
can't.
it off.
Yeah, that's good. And then knight F6 maybe.
All these are probably very good suggestions.
And now bishop f5 takes queen h5.
White is losing full stop.
Yeah, but you've got knight f6 here.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Ah,
cool, nice, good move. Hitting the queen and still keeping the threat on the bishop. So
It's what we call an in-betweeny move.
yeah,
Again, Queen D4 is good though, because the knight's then hanging.
crikey. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're
can
right.
you put queen d4 on the?
Yeah, this
can we
is
just explain
superior.
what
isn't
Jim
it?
means there? The knight's hanging
So
because if
you
queen
can
takes
castle there, can't
f6,
you?
the bishop
You
can't
can
take it back.
castle.
You can, but you're not winning the other piece. But you are still a piece up.
You're still a piece up though.
Yeah, okay. We want to be 2 pieces up.
Be 2 pieces up, do we? Okay.
Or more.
Christ, that's a bit brave.
Well, and that's just about within my level of technique, Mark. One
Queen
piece is
F4.
enough. Okay.
Queen F4.
So he missed queen d4.
Yeah, it looks like White missed that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't
pawn
think
takes.
that's very good.
So
Pawn
takes
takes.
on F5.
Yeah.
Presumably takes on F5.
Well,
And now Queen D7 or something. Oh no, Queen
Queen
F6.
no, queen f6 is a threat.
Queen F6 is good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So king f8.
Oh, it blundered.
Oh,
Oh no!
Okay.
Okay.
Is that what happened? So Queen D7, yes.
Oh,
And now he castled. Long,
You should-
I would guess.
he should have castled long before the previous move.
he
Black's
couldn't. The
winning.
queen was stopping it.
He
Should have
can't
castled long
castle.
before.
The
Yeah.
queen was at F5, covering C8. So it would have been illegal.
Oh, but this has been an impossible game to analyse.
King F8.
No, that's
that's
Oh,
asking
look
for
at
trouble.
that.
king takes rook.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, making one's
Anyone
quite
for
good, isn't
Suey,
it?
mates,
I
Lombard.
mean, Black's counter.
Is that my split?
Did
Oh,
this
what
happen?
happened?
Yeah, I mean, Black is missing.
Yes, that is what happened.
Black was
Oh
winning.
my god!
Jeez.
Ouch.
Black was winning that
That's
game.
a pity. Yeah.
So if he'd castled, he'd have been all right, wouldn't he?
Castle queenside.
I was thinking.
Well,
queen
his
side, yeah.
isn't his bishop hanging?
Oh, sorry. What am I thinking? I'm just not seeing anything. Yeah. Good
Wasn't
point.
it move? Couldn't it? No, he could have castled queenside the move before. He played Queen C7 to.
He couldn't.
No, he
because
couldn't.
The
because
queen's
The queen
covering
was on
C8.
C8.
Yeah. It's illegal. King moves to C8 and he can't do it.
Oh yes,
mean,
good
this-
point. That's a good point.
So how
Black
does he
play-
defend? How
I mean,
is
Black
Black
is good.
defending?
Yeah.
Oh, is he just playing King F8 or King D8?
King
here?
F8, yeah. King
Yeah.
F8.
King F8 here.
Or can he castle kingside?
Well, maybe.
Or possibly. Yeah, possibly.
This is good enough.
It is 2 pieces here.
Yeah.
Ouch. Ouch.
Oh dear. Okay. Never
Okay,
mind.
that's rapid chess. So that's 2 good games. Yeah, really good game by Black, really.
Shall we look at Daniel's second game?
Yeah, why not?
Definitely. Yes, it was a good game by Black.
Yeah, that
It
game
was
we
a really
just
good
looked
game
at,
by
but,
Black because the complications were, I don't know, incalculable.
Is Daniel
It's a very
there? by the way?
exciting game, yeah. Very
Yeah, it was.
Kim, is Daniel there?
Kim?
Yeah, he's just watching his TV. He's coming down in a sec.
Okay.
We liked his first game, especially, I think.
Yeah, that was great actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a very good game.
Very powerful, very accurate, I thought.
yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Obviously,
Oh, hi, Gordon.
hi Gordon.
How are you?
And we like your Rook H2 move, by the way. That was very
Yeah, that was a great attack you had in the first game.
It looked good, but I couldn't quite see what to do.
Yeah,
Well,
there was just one move you missed.
Miss Bishop,
You
Miss
saw,
Bishop takes F4.
yeah, you saw all the difficult moves and you missed out on the simple one.
Yeah, dear.
Yeah, no, no, that was a really nice attack, and you deserve to win it.
Batsman would be proud of you.
Right, Daniel, come and sit down then.
In the second match, he blundered and I won in about 11 moves.
Oh, cool. We'll have a look at that in a
Right,
minute.
okay.
What
Daniel,
is
come
the score?
sit down.
Camberley won.
I don't know. I couldn't find the results anywhere.
Right, let's have a look at Daniel's second game.
I've got the scores up, guys, and I think you're winning because on board 2 you won both the games. Drawn the win to you on board 3, split on board 4, 2 wins for you on board 5, and board 6 was split.
How about board 1?
That's still the first game was drawn, and the second game is still in progress.
Okay.
See,
Um,
Should we look at the game in progress or not really? Shall we go with this?
It's still, we've got down to quite a tricky ending actually. So it's.
Shall we
yeah,
just
it's-
rattle through this because Daniel's with us?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we've got some kind of modern with C3. Why not? Bishop E3. Okay, is Queen D2 about to happen? No.
Not with. I mean, I've used to play this stuff decades ago, and you play it very slowly. Knight F3, Knight D2, Bishop D3.
Okay. Sorry, Daniel's white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, of course, he was back for Greenfeld first game. Yep, cool.
How did you pronounce that?
Game.
Oh, yeah.
First game. Yeah.
Yeah. Knight E7. Not sure I like that very much.
Nice first game, by the way, Daniel.
Feigns originality, but is ineffective.
Who said that?
BH Wood, probably.
Howard Staunton.
Well, not the Howard Staunton.
No, not the Howard Staunton. Okay, well, so far, yeah. What are we saying about this position? So,
Right.
Daniel, were you happy so far?
Oh, it's better.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, why not?
Don't see why you wouldn't be. Okay, what's Black going to do here? I don't know. C6 and B5? I don't know, really. A6 and B5, perhaps.
I play Knight C6 to induce D5.
Have you got any Knight G5 cheapos lined up, Daniel?
Yeah.
Cool.
You have? Are we
Play that.
going for some kind of stuff here, are we?
Stuff at F7.
Yeah, okay. So A4 looks very positional, very sensible. Oh, weakening F7. Okay, why not?
Well, he wants to play F5.
Yes.
So, yeah,
And allow this in properly.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Really weaken that E6 square. Why not?
Well, he might be playing for Knight G8 as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah.
True.
So in order to play F5, he's really got to play H6 as well, which is obviously very time consuming.
And here it comes, the move I predicted, Knight G5. Okay, that's going to be annoying.
He played King G8 here.
King G8 and White resigned. What were you going to do if Black played King G8, Daniel? H4?
No, you can take on F6. You can take on F6 with a bishop. It's a bit like a Philidor, where you chase the queen around and get.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
I could
let's
have
see
asked
what
the young man to answer the question. He knows far more than we do.
Were you expecting F5 then, Daniel?
No.
No.
Because of this, presumably.
Well, all Knight F7 check.
All Knight
So
F7
take your pick. Or even leave it there and wait for something better to turn up. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's happening, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I was thinking of F4 maybe, but
Yeah.
it might be unnecessary.
Oh,
So
what about
Go on. Votes for Knight E6, votes for Knight F7.
Well, that is a point actually. After either of those moves, F4 does get.
Oh, there we go.
Well done, Camberley.
Right, the second game on the top board is finished as a draw.
Okay.
So that makes the final score 8.5, 3.5 to you.
Okay.
Not what I was predicting. Okay.
No, unfortunately, John Wrench, who's graded about 175, couldn't make it tonight, which would have made a bit of a difference. He's in the process of moving house and stuff, and
that's no excuse. Come on.
Yeah. I'll let him know you said that. You know,
I improved Camberley's score by not playing. Don't forget.
Yeah. I mean, if we arrange another game, then I'm sure that John will play, and it's probably team to be a bit more even. So, yeah.
Okay. I think we had a couple of last minute changes as well.
Tim
I like. Yeah.
So
Tim
let's
Davis
look, what's
would
the
be slated.
evaluation of this versus?
I think knight e6 is stronger.
Yeah, I mean,
because-
after
I
knight
don't
e6,
like that because
you
f4
can
comes
come
at the
back
end.
to e6 again, can't you, after taking on
But you can
c7?
take on c7. and
Yeah, but then, yeah.
Can't, yeah.
A bit like that line in the Philidor, you know, but normally the queen does pop out to G.
This is better for white than that line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, knight f7 check isn't as good because of rook takes knight, bishop takes rook, and f4. Yeah,
Knight c7.
bishop takes queen.
Get off, you're rubbish. If
Bishop
Oh,
takes
yes.
queen.
The
Yeah.
queen's got to go back to d8, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
then you can go back to e6 if you want. Yeah.
So what did Daniel play? He played knight f7 check. Black
Okay.
saw that.
Or you can just give the exchange up and then play f4.
f4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't like that.
Well, that's what I was a bit worried about f4 earlier. Now
You could have played f3 perhaps because both knight moves are still on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's probably best.
Did you miss f3 then, Daniel?
Four.
F4,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised.
Oh well.
Yeah. So knight e6 was probably stronger, or f3 as said. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not. Yeah. Now what? What do we do here?
Can't we get a
Knight
pawn?
f3.
Here.
No, knight f3. I was thinking.
Yeah, get the knight into that
Yeah,
e6.
yeah. Get the knight to g5 again.
Well, you can go all round and yeah.
Play it again, Sam.
Who are we watching?
We're watching Daniel's second excellent win.
Yeah. All the games are finished, Paul. So well done. Match one.
This is
Good.
board
White took an E5. Yeah.
d5.
Did Tim Davis show up in the end?
No, don't think so.
He sent me a message at 8:03 saying, whilst he's a member of Camberley Chess Club, he couldn't find the match.
Oh no.
But I was already playing, and he needed. I couldn't
Yeah.
reach him
Alright.
at that point.
But what I like about this position is this Irish pawn centre, and it's not only is it an Irish pawn centre, but it's in the centre. Who coined the term Irish pawn centre, by the way?
Tony Miles.
Yeah, it was Miles.
So what were the individual results?
You had two draws.
Yeah.
I've got them up in front of me. In fact, you drew both your games, Paul. Board two. Was it Daniel playing on board two?
He won both of them.
He won both of his.
Yes.
Mark Payne beat me in one draw. There's splits. Wins on board 5. Steve Hardy won both of his games on board 6. Now splits on board 7.
Who was on board 7? Harry Duff.
Sorry, no, I mean there's only 6. Yeah, there's only six boards. So the bottom two. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, right. So board 5, Steve Hardy won both of his games. Board 6, 1 win each.
Very good.
Okay, what happens now? White's e-pawn's hanging. Maybe Black's coming here. I don't know.
Knight d4.
Yeah, that looks reasonable.
It certainly does. It looks
I'd
very-
take that knight off, I must admit.
Philip's suggestion was very strong.
Check. And
That's a bit suspicious, isn't it?
no, not defending this H pawn very well.
Well, we've got rook f8 check. We can go down the f file, can't we?
Go to, yeah. What did Daniel play? Let's have a look.
Well,
Check.
Yeah, rook f8 check, yeah.
Oh, bolt from the blue.
Rook f7 check.
Yeah.
It's a piece.
6 and 8.
Are we frightened of the? I don't think so, yeah. So, what's the material count now? Oh, are we a piece down? No, we're
Exchange
exchange
up.
up.
Exchange up.
Yeah.
Exchange up. Black's got the bishop pair.
Can you play the dull Queen C1?
Yes.
That is dull, but it's effective.
Yeah, I mean, it's Black's move here. But Queen C1, I think, would be a really excellent reply to Queen F4.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, the simple principle being, if you're winning, exchange pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
Well
Oh, you
played,
tried.
Daniel. Well played.
What did you play here, Daniel?
Queen C1.
Very
Lovely.
good.
Excellent.
Right, you can go to bed now and not.
Don't
Don't
be
do it again.
patronising, James.
No, we can stay up another half hour, surely.
Yes,
Come on.
he's earned it.
Yeah. It's a weekday.
Yes, maybe an hour for 2 wins.
And that's really.
It
kind
was
of,
pretty good to get 2 wins. Of course it was.
yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Nice move.
Now Black took on H2 anyway, and the game finished.
Legal move.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so it's just a clear exchange up, and White's pieces are better as well.
Okay.
Okay, so
The rest is a matter of technique.
I suspect we're going down to F7, aren't we? Rook F1, and
F1 first.
that's a good move as well.
What's that good do?
I'd have done Rook F1 first.
Torturing his
Yes, it's
opponent
over
now.
as well.
Yes, I think Rook
I
F1.
hadn't seen Bishop E2 actually.
Okay, well, this is convincing.
And then just take some pawns, I think. Oh.
Take some pieces.
Oh, that's so cute.
oh, very good, very
Yeah.
good.
Excellent. Yeah, we like that.
What was it?
Nice play.
Yeah, you can have some extra pocket money for playing that.
The bishop.
Extra portion of chips.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's
It's over.
pretty
It's over.
convincing.
We've
Yeah.
suffered enough.
Okay, right, what games?
That was a good
Well
game.
done, Daniel. 2 out of 2.
Well done.
Yeah, well done, Daniel. Nice
Excellent.
games.
How did you get on, Gordon? How did Gordon
I
get
thought
on?
the first game was superb, Daniel.
One.
That's the first 1 second.
Well, Gordon was winning the
He
ball.
won in 11
game.
moves.
Really?
He's landed it.
So, Gordon, do you want to see where we think you could have won?
Did
Yeah,
I
shall we
miss a
have a
win
look
in
at
my
Gordon's
first game?
second? Shall we have a look at Gordon's victory first?
Yes, good idea. Good idea.
Can't do it. Somebody else can do it for me.
As it's not very long. This is obviously going to be
A grab.
leading edge grob theory. So,
That's
okay.
right.
Go
It's the second
instantly.
game you're playing, isn't it?
You cannot be serious.
Okay, and Black. Oh, he's going for the E5 H5 idea.
Yeah.
No. It was
But he didn't know.
something else in mind completely. So
Is he going to drop his queen on G5 like I did, Gordon?
Yeah, no, he
Knight
wants to get his queen on
E7. Now that is not a move I would have
Oh.
considered there.
This follows Basman Plaskett.
What? Someone actually played Knight E7.
Yes, and Basman said that they all like this move. This is from Cambridge 81.
Okay. Well, he's going for G6 and hitting F4 and H4, presumably.
Yes.
yeah, the idea was to play his knight round to G6 and
Yes.
just put pressure on those squares.
Seems reasonable.
Okay. I don't think I'm qualified to understand this position. Actually.
Got to play D3, isn't it?
So John Wrench had played a couple of games against, sort of former clubmate who played this stuff.
Uh-huh.
So we had a couple of games to sort of work off. So
Okay.
Now, would you believe it? We're, what is it, 6 moves away from a check from the game ending?
No.
So had Isle of Wight been preparing for the grob?
Oh yeah, the whole county.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
How did you have the foresight that Gordon would play that?
Well, having played Gordon before.
Actually, he tried this technique that I think keeps trying against me. I'll show you in a minute, but it's
a wild
prediction.
Right. How did you think you were doing here, Gordon?
I wasn't too sure, just equal. I think
Well,
I'm quite happy with it.
Apart from that pawn on G4, it's
yeah.
That's all right to play on going on, but that's the G5.
If that was here, I think we'd say White's fine. Anyway, enough joking. Joking aside.
in the Isle of Wight, the pawns don't move backwards.
Okay, so the G pawn was hanging, so we defend it.
Now he decides to come down onto H4, doesn't he?
Would H? Oh,
Oh,
Castles.
Threatening that.
I'm going to get rid of it.
oh.
Yeah, that's a bit intrusive.
Yeah.
We haven't got
Written
time for
castles,
this,
I
of
think.
course, because of check.
Sorts of reasons.
Pardon?
That's exactly
Well,
what
knight
I'm
takes
doing
knight
now.
check as well.
And knight takes knight check, winning a piece.
The
So you've got to get rid of the knight
intermezzo.
first. Saves that
So-
for later, you see.
You took it off. Okay.
There's a threat here.
And
Yeah,
he didn't
no.
notice it.
On F2.
This one.
And now the computer says I should have played knight there instead of castle. My castle.
What, knight e4?
knight e4.
Yes.
Knight e4 is playable, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very, very fine.
What about D5 now?
Knight takes bishop.
No, you've got bishop g5.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Good point. Yeah, so knight e4 was a good move.
Anyway, I didn't do that. Castle.
So,
No.
what happened now?
What do we do?
Oh, now knight e4 maybe.
Yeah, that looks good. Good move. Yep.
Yeah, knight e4. Yeah.
game, good game.
Hope you're playing this at home.
Oh, yes, threatening the crushing.
Bishop g5.
Oh.
Yeah, that's exactly what we've got in mind. I've done it
For those
seven
of you
times already.
following in black and white,
Yeah.
The
go
next
to the
point.
green square.
At this point, he blunders by playing f5.
Oh, no.
He should have played his queen back to
What's the name of
E7.
the, for a bonus point, what's the name of the theme tune for that program?
What program?
Pot Black.
Oh,
Black and white rag.
It's called the Black and White Rag.
oh, right. I knew it was a rag, but
Bishop g5.
That does look annoying for black.
Bishop g5 looks strong.
So anyway,
Oh,
he
hang
didn't go
on.
any further. He resigned at this
do
point.
that?
you can
That's the
almost
last
go.
move played.
Okay. Yeah, very good. Very good.
As usual, the Grob wins by
By force.
auto-suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, another
Very
example of black needing to be careful with that queen if he brings it out to the king side
Yeah.
against the grob.
I've got to say, I thought that first game was a superb game by Gordon, that attack, you know.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I did
I'd also
something
say
wrong,
that
didn't
please bear in mind that quite a few of our players have never played any sort of over-the-board serious chess. So we
Oh,
played
fair enough, yeah.
internet league stuff.
Well,
and
they played
whatever.
well in that case, yeah.
Yeah, and certainly Spot 151. I played him a couple of weeks ago in an arena event. He was gave me some really hard games.
Right, right. Okay.
So yeah,
So this
In
is
an arena event.
So
yeah. It's like your thing on
1.
Sunday, where it's basically just sort of turn. We have a similar thing in the evening where it's 10-minute games and sort of 2 hours long. You just turn up and play.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that you have an hour one for sort of 5-minute games, don't you? On
so
Sunday
the openings
afternoon?
went as predicted.
it's
Yeah, don't show this one. Show my first game. I should have won the first game.
We've seen it.
Okay, let's have a look at it. Well, we started on your first game and we stopped about move, I don't know what the move was, but say about
Damned.
move 20.
Damned by faint praise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, this is actually a Sam Lloyd problem.
and the problem is what,
So you have to go from that final position to the start position.
and say how many moves it would take.
Yeah.
Were all the moves forced? Okay.
Well, we couldn't understand why White struggled, really.
No.
Oh, I can't understand.
Everyone was hoping for this.
Except me.
No, not with Sarah. She plays like really, really solid. So
E4 against that.
This is a curious mix of the semi-Slav and the Rogozin.
It's a Cambridge
it's
Springs,
Brit-
isn't it?
I think it's Rogozin, actually, John.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, it could be. Yeah.
Cambridge Springs.
Well,
You can actually take with the queen on D5. That's
oh,
photogenic.
Or with the E pawn.
Yes.
Get away.
Taste, according to taste.
Or lack of. Yeah. Okay.
So we were thinking, Paul, you could play bishop takes knight here.
This I thought was the best move, isn't it?
And he
But
plays bishop.
mate.
He plays bishop takes knight, doesn't he?
Yeah, pawn takes.
The
He could still
commentary
play
on
pawn takes
Fountain.
bishop. He could still play pawn takes bishop there, to be fair, but
Queen
but there you
takes
go,
pawn.
queen. Knight
Queen
d2.
Yeah, knight b.
Yeah,
Pawn
you've
takes
got rook
bishop.
c1, haven't you?
Then you got
You
rook
got rook
c1.
c1, of course. Yes.
Mm.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say it's totally clear, but I think White can probably claim an advantage. Well, you can claim an advantage after bishop takes knight, pawn takes. This is obviously winning because you win a piece, but obviously Black doesn't have to do all of that.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever.
Instead of that,
An interesting position ensued anyway.
I think this was played, wasn't it?
Queen b3.
And of course, now the knight can jump into e4.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Well, you should do.
No, I got the better position out of this. I got the c5.
Yeah, we've gone through this, haven't we?
Yeah, I didn't like knight takes g5. It looks natural.
He's threatening bishop a4 here.
Indeed, yes. Yeah, which would have been nasty.
Very nasty.
Mm.
On the queen, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Hmm. Right. Okay, and now we reach.
Castles, castles.
Yeah, I've done those.
And c4, I think.
So c4 is the only
That's black to
reason.
play, isn't it?
Well,
yeah, c4 now is the key move.
Because the bishop's hanging, you're threatening queen b7.
Had to move.
So you've got to, yeah, so rook b8. We thought c4 was the only decent move here.
Yeah.
In a sort of similar position, Radovanovic once played e4 against me.
Oh.
Which really surprised me, and he got a good position, well, a decent position anyway.
Yeah, then c3 becomes a weakness.
Indeed, indeed. I think in that particular position, he had a slight development lead, which enabled him to, get a bit of an initiative. But it did come as a surprise to me, I must say.
I took with the rook here.
Yeah.
Well, that looks absolutely correct, doesn't it? Rook c5, knight e5 to follow.
Exactly right.
How do I leave the meeting? What do I press?
You're not allowed to leave. Sorry, James.
You're here forever.
Let's leave.
If you waggle your mouse about, there's a red leave button at the bottom of your screen button somewhere.
Right. I can take a hint.
Yeah, hands up.
You did ask.
Hands up. Who thinks James should leave the meeting?
I paid my money today.
Good, thank you, James. All right.
Yes, and we've
get into the crucial part now.
The check is on. The check is in the post.
So how do you assess this position? This weak a pawn, plus a very nice pawn chain, versus
And a central pawn majority.
versus this slightly crappy bishop.
Yeah, if the bishop could redeploy to d5, as pointed out.
Well, yeah, bishop d5 would be quite nice.
By
Apart from the fact-
Adams last week.
Apart from the fact it wins the exchange.
Is this the
Okay, so
position?
is this a critical point in the game where black went wrong?
Yes.
Okay, so let's have a think then.
Rook c5.
Huh? No, it's black to move, Philip.
Is it? Oh, right.
I'm just trying to think whether there's a better, does black have better than knight e7?
Well, he's
Rook
proposed.
fd8 looks fairly normal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this just looks wrong to me.
About
What
e5.
were you expecting black to play here?
The e5, rook c5, perhaps.
Well,
Yeah, e5, rook c5. That's right. Wins the point. Rook c5,
Otherwise, that's what black wants to play, really.
and then the e pawn's dropping, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is b5 a move for black here?
So, sorry.
What
Is
now?
b5 a move?
I don't think so, because rook c5 again. And the knight's starting to look very
pawn,
weak.
you know, you've now put your pawn on the white square, and I don't think in long term that's a good idea.
No, fair comment. Fair comment.
Well, White's coming here in a minute, and it looks a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
Which I did.
So what's better than knight? Sorry, what's better? Whoops, sorry. What's better than knight e7? Rook fd8.
I was thinking rook fd8, and then you can drop the bishop back to e8 if need be.
Sometimes in these positions, the black queen moves across to the king side to h5.
Hmm. h5, yeah.
Because it's out on a limb on
Yeah.
a5. Anyway, he moved the knight, didn't he?
Yeah, this just okay. I think this is a mistake, but maybe it isn't. Now what? You doubled?
No, first rook c5 first, hitting the queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Queen d8. Well, we looked at queen a4 as well as queen d8. What were you playing if queen a4 then, Paul?
I would probably play queen takes queen, bishop takes queen, and then maybe rook down to c7.
Actually, you also have rook a5 there, which I didn't spot initially.
Oh yeah, rook a5 wins a pawn, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I was thinking rook c7. He does get the c file then, but pawn is a pawn.
Well, there's this. Yeah, it's not working, is it? Okay.
Is there any tactics in that line by playing b5 and trying to trap the rook in with knight c6?
Here, here.
b5.
Here.
Rook takes.
Knight c. No, knight c6.
Rook c7.
Here.
Oh, or a6.
Yeah. Is that rook stuck forever over there or not?
Well, what about rook c7 then?
I've
rook
got
C7.
this any coming up.
Rook c7 and the other rook to
that's true,
c1 is
yeah.
very good.
Yeah, it doesn't trap it.
I want to leave it on the A file.
Yeah.
Nice try, Tony.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
can we go back to the game? Because I think I went wrong with my queen b5 move.
Well, are you better keeping the queens on there because your queen's on much better square than
Yeah, maybe.
the blacks.
Anyway, well, this is where we got to. Rook fc1.
Yeah, it's sensible.
Well, where's this going? So,
Or did I play knight e5 first?
well, we did predict either knight e5 or rook here, and I think you chose rook here. I think. And black played this strangeness.
Yeah, what was it? Didn't understand that move at all.
What's the point of that? I don't know.
Nor did we.
So my knight came into e5 because he's going to put something on c6.
Yeah. And I imagine it's this terrible bishop.
Sorry, what did black just play?
King
H8.
h8.
Oh.
If he puts the bishop there now, I bring the knight there's better because then he can oppose my knight.
Is this what you were expecting?
Something like that, yes.
And
I
then
have to
what?
block with the bishop.
And then this, presumably.
Yeah, can he play b6 here?
Yes, can't you play E4 then?
Well, it's a bit weak, isn't it, Philip?
No, the bishop's on D3.
Oh, the queen's hanging.
Oh yeah.
I've got time for that, but maybe we can put. But
Anyway, go back to the game, please.
yeah. So
King h8. Knight
no
e5.
idea why that was played. What? Can anyone explain that move?
He's planning g5, is he?
He's threatening king g8. No, I don't have an explanation. Sorry.
Unless
We
someone's
took
trying
it
to
at the time, we
reveal
thought it was going to play knight g8 and knight f6. Which I
Well, that
thought,
was someone suggested this possibility. Yeah.
Oh yeah, knight g8. Yeah, no, yeah, that's
Well, as a prelude to f5, maybe, because otherwise you might be able to take on f5 in some lines. No, though, I don't know. I don't think it's a good move.
Anyway, carry on.
As advertised.
Yeah, keep going.
Knight c6.
Oh yes, this happened, didn't it? Yep. Knight d7
I
happened.
took off the bishop.
Yeah, looks good. Yeah, we were half expecting bishop b5, but maybe it doesn't do anything.
Bishop b5 may have been better.
I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, keep going anyway.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, Donny. I just yeah. Just.
So you felt you were better here, which I think is right, isn't it?
I am better, yes.
Yeah.
And he played rook f c8, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Let's have a look. Yeah.
Or she. Now, what did I play here? Because I was looking at queen a5 and queen a4 and queen b5. I can also play bishop b1, queen c2, and threaten mate on h7. But I think it just gets blocked. I'm not sure.
Funny enough, that was we did talk. I did project that as a possibility.
Yeah, it's always worth a try.
Okay, so you went.
You got d5. Is d5 a possibility?
Good question.
What this?
Yeah, it's kind of sort of the thematic sort of move in these sorts of positions.
No, it's got to go back to e7. Or pawn takes.
Well, that's why I wanted to pin the knight against the queen with my queen.
To prepare to, yeah, okay.
I'm not sure what's going on there.
No.
He might have.
I think there was some sort of little tricky tactics by playing pawn takes, bishop takes, and knight b8. Sorry, knight d8.
Or knight a5. I was looking at as well.
No, I was thinking knight. Yeah, either way to protect the b7 pawn.
Right. Yeah.
And White has to be a bit careful because there's possibilities of back rank mates on.
Yeah, the back rank's a bit.
Well, that's why he played. Didn't he play g6 and king g7? Oh no, he played king h7. Yeah.
Haven't seen this.
Wow.
I think I think this is where we left the game previously.
That's a bit committal.
It is very committal. I should have won this from here.
Yeah, F5's a bit.
Well, it's just a matter of technique, surely.
Well, show me.
Well,
your favourite line tonight, John?
Yeah, but
I used to coach Sarah many years ago, and she is one of these players who gets better as the game goes on. Her openings are a bit sort of flaky, but get her into an end game and she can sort of out-calculate most people. It's a bit like, if you have Colin Line as someone who's got exceptional opening preparation, Sarah's like an anti-Colin.
That's an interesting concept.
No, seriously.
I'd like to encourage that concept. Yeah.
Bishop f3.
What anti-Collinness?
Yeah.
It's a new type
here. Maybe I did.
It's a new type of quark.
Okay, so bishop f3. Was that played?
Yeah, bishop f3 had to be played.
Yeah, I couldn't see any force.
It's pretty tricky here.
It is a tricky position, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. What next?
King h7, isn't it?
The march of the king.
Yeah, it's probably.
And that's to prevent this black rank check.
Yeah. Yeah, stops any checks.
And here I played g3, didn't I?
Yeah, you need to do it soon, don't you?
And I think a4 may have been better.
Hard to say, yeah, maybe.
Because I ended up losing the a3 pawn.
Yeah.
Well, we thought it was going to be weak from there for a long time.
Yeah, I think if I'd moved it to a4. Anyway, but I wanted to protect my now. He moved the queen. So that was pretty forcing, really, because now the knight can move.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe not. I should probably
Yeah, bishop takes knight looks strong.
Yeah, well, this is what I played.
Okay.
Oh, that's strong, yeah, surely.
Don't call me Shirley.
What should we call him?
Now, if he plays pawn takes, I play queen a6. And he must lose a pawn.
Yeah, but actually, with F5, it might make a difference.
But it didn't work out because I'd overlooked queen takes a3.
But you've got E6, haven't you? Oh no, you haven't, because the C1's hanging. Ouch.
That's right.
Yeah. Ouch. 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 Okay. So you've induced a weakness in his ball structure. You took anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Could you have played Queen C5? Maybe it didn't lead anywhere. I don't know. He's quite possibly got enough counterplay. Yeah, I don't know. Queen C5?
Like he can play Rook B6, can't he?
Can he play Rook C6?
No, Queen takes Queen, Rook B6. Maybe.
Paul, can you play Rook C6?
I played.
Queen takes C6.
Yeah, Rook C6 might be better, mightn't it?
I'm not sure how good it is, but it's interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah, Rook C6 is probably stronger than what I played. I played Queen takes C6.
Rook takes, Rook checks, King out, Rook A. But yeah, no, that's possible. Yeah, you're going to be you're going to be doing, because they have 5.
You're going to have 5 against 3, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good spot. Good spot.
Yeah, that's being good.
Black might have to try the hopeless E5 here.
Rook A5 he plays.
Oh, this happened?
No. He would have played. No, it just didn't happen. I played.
Oh, Rook A5. Yeah, you got Rook takes E6. Rook takes A3, I guess.
Yeah.
I think this should be very good for White, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
Well, we got into something similar to this.
Okay. So what happened?
I think there was a line that
Queen takes A3.
Queen takes pawn.
Now, I'd like to get my Queen and Rook both on the 7th rank and attack the G7 pawn, but I never had time to do it.
No.
I think your Rook's got to go passive, hasn't it? Yeah.
I mean, can you play Rook? I don't know, what can you play?
I played Rook C5, didn't I?
C3?
No, C5, I think.
C5, yeah, okay.
Then it's protected, then the Queen can move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at the evaluation's gone right down there.
Oh, yeah.
Big thumbs down from the engine there.
So what should I have played?
Good question. What's wrong with Rook C5 then?
That
This is
appears to
equal,
be...
this, isn't it? Equal-ish, isn't it?
Well, he checks now. He can check with his Rook.
Yeah. Still equal, though, isn't it? You're not winning, though.
About Rook B1.
Level that is, isn't it?
Rook B1.
Rook B1, then with the idea of Rook G1 and Queen
the
D1.
problem is that my Rook is hanging.
Invading on the white squares.
Yeah.
Via D1.
No, but that's not. I mean, I don't think, is that winning?
Okay. Oh, it could be. It looks strong.
No, I didn't like the look of this. I thought it gave him plenty of counterplay. It's too slow for me. So that's why I played Rook C5. So at least then my Queen can attack the E6 pawn.
Why doesn't the engine like it though? You see that sidebar going down.
Well, carry on with the game.
Something like that.
Okay.
Still better, but you know.
Now he's threatening. If the Queen moves, he's threatening Queen B1 check, Queen E4.
Well, what about
go back and move though?
What about Rook B6? Hitting the Queen and also protecting the E6 pawn from the side.
Yeah, I know.
But instead of Queen
A2,
the assessment just shot. I mean, Black was doing better before Queen A2. We just go back and see what happened instead of Queen A2. Black.
Yeah. I'm curious as to why this would be so.
It's not losing, but it's pretty high. 1.97 is pretty high.
What does the assessment do if you play Rook B6 now?
Yeah, I think that's good for Black.
Going the other way.
No, he doesn't like it.
That means there must be a better. There must be better forcing move or something.
Well, we'll try Queen A1 and Rook B1 check again then.
Yeah, quite. Yeah.
Well, the other move order, in fact, the other move order, because you can defend with rook c1 there. Yeah, king g2 and queen a1. No, it doesn't matter. Queen a1.
Is Queen D3 better than Queen A1?
God, it hates Queen a1.
You've hit the jackpot there, Colin.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? I've got the world's strongest man. Yeah.
What about Queen D3?
Yeah, I think that's stronger than Queen A1 because you're.
But it likes rook b1, doesn't it? Oh, Queen d3. Got you.
Rook B1 check
King
first.
G2, Queen D3.
Okay.
Now Queen D3.
Oh, that's the.
There you go.
And he's got this threat of Queen F1.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Do you have to play? Do you have to play Rook C1 to defend against?
And that's why Rook C3 was better, because Queen D3 doesn't come into play. Wow. Okay.
So is Black's winning this, is he?
Not winning, much better. Though.
It doesn't say the numerical evaluation. It just thinks
it
up.
does. It says it's minus 1.6.
Oh, it does. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Yeah. Not used to this interface. Yeah.
Oh, that's probably still drawn because it means we've got to be careful, isn't it?
Well, the F pawn's looking very weak.
Okay, so what happens? So rook c5.
Queen a2. Did you go rook e5 or oh, it doesn't work, does it? Because of rook b6.
Yeah. I mean, d5 looks thematic, but it doesn't work. Oh, it does work. Well, you're getting mated though. Okay.
Were you prepared to bail out at this point, Paul?
Well, I was worried about rook b2, which were hitting the F pawn.
Yeah.
So I had to defend. I think I'm weak on the second rank.
And the first rank.
Yeah. So carry on with the game. What did he play? Did he check?
Yeah.
No. What should White play here?
The old Mexican standoff now.
Yeah.
This has got to be pretty even, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it should be slightly better for White if he takes, and he did take. She did take. Sorry, she.
Okay.
Rook takes queen. Rook takes queen.
This looks pretty even to me. Actually, doesn't she play a5 here?
Yeah, a5 was played, but my king is slightly more central. I'd get my king to c4 before she can get her king across.
Yeah, she can also get her rook behind her pass pawn.
She has to now.
Yeah.
Because I play rook a1, which forces rook
a6.
And then my king could come in.
Yeah, okay, but I think black's fine here, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, it ended as a draw, though there was quite a lot of play left. A lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to play this against Nick Burt with either card, I have to admit. Yeah.
This is just a standard theory position, isn't it?
Is it? What's the theory say?
Well,
should I advance my rook to a4?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's normal technique, isn't it?
I'll just race my king across, I think.
Yeah, I think it is a sort of theory-ish position, but black's pawns are a little bit higgledy-piggledy, aren't they?
Yeah, now then.
Ooh.
She's threatening rook c8 check, then rook.
So why not rook here? Are you worried about infiltration, are you?
I'm worried about infiltration on the second rank. That may have been better, though.
Okay, yeah. White's making progress.
That's okay.
Okay.
E4.
E4's coming.
Computer still thinks it's very level, doesn't it?
Who's winning this? Yeah.
Nobody, apparently.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Is that a good move or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't look. I don't know.
I get a passed pawn, but it's an isolated pawn.
Yeah, how are you going to move it forward?
What,
Are you going to come
what,
over with
what are the
other pawns?
what are the alternatives for white here? Of any note?
This is probably
You just
drawn.
try and find a pass
I
move.
think it is drawn, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, wait till you see what happened. We're going to quite a wild position. Well,
Yeah,
relative.
yeah. These positions just suddenly explode into massive tactics somehow.
Yeah.
It's better now.
Now, at this stage, I could have played king b5, but I'll end up with my king on the wrong side of the board after the...
Yeah, the engine doesn't like king d4 very much.
Is g takes f decent? Does that?
Yeah, I played that.
No, you didn't. You played king d4.
I played, yeah, but next. All right, go on.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's just that black's got the option of f takes g here. That's all I was thinking. Yeah, okay.
But she played a4 here, didn't she?
Okay. Also,
Now she's threatening rook a5 and picking up the pawn with check.
Good point.
So I chopped on f4.
Play king d4.
I played king e4. Now this is very committal because now the black king comes in to the queen side.
It looks like that's a mistake from the evaluation.
Yeah, it looks like that's a bit of an inaccuracy.
Which move?
I'd like
king c5.
Yeah, I'd like the engine to run a bit longer than
So
that.
what about rook a5 here? Let's have a look at that.
King takes pawn.
Yeah.
Yes, the evaluation's moved in. I was still.
Oh, then king. Yeah.
And then here, kind of thing.
Yeah, but this is going to be drawn.
This is similar to what happened.
I mean, I'm not saying it isn't, Mark, but
White seems to have, black suddenly seems to have the better of it, though. Yeah, the better of the draw. Yeah.
So
carry on.
Interestingly, if you took back both the black's pawns off the board, it's still the technical draw.
Yes, that's true, isn't it? Yes. Or possibly.
And I think if you take both of white's pawns off the board, it's still the draw. So.
Well, I'm not sure with the king that far away though.
No, yeah.
If the king's ahead of the pawn, it is. I agree. Yeah. Although I'm sure I couldn't draw it though. But...
No, but according to the
Who
reference
would you
books-
rather be here?
Black.
Yeah, but the king's got to be in front of the pawns though, apparently. It's not. Black's king's got to be in front of the pawn.
Okay, yeah, okay, so it's probably is a draw.
I can draw.
Oh, wow. Okay.
okay. So what's the subtle? Why king h5 and not f7 then?
Well, f7, he can play rook f8 and then take the pawn.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
The king has to support the pawn. And by going to that, I can take the h pawn, or I can move it. So yeah. Now then, should I take this pawn or not? I think if I take the pawn, it's a forced draw. He plays rook to h.
You've got rook h8, haven't you?
Check. Then he picks up the h pawn, and then he comes across.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Yep, good point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought I had a chance of winning by not taking that pawn. So he took with the king, which is interesting. I put my. No, he brought his king across. Who's winning there? What does it say?
It's drawn, isn't it? I think
It's still saying it's equal.
Yeah.
Become less obvious. Okay, yeah, you are in time. I miscounted. Yeah, good.
As we thought, it was a matter of technique.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a game.
Interesting. It is interesting when you play
Good
these.
game,
Yeah, good game. Good game.
Good game, man.
Tough game.
Enjoyable.
Okay, I'm going to go and have my hot chocolate now.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I'll be joining you.
Good games.
Good game. Well done. Well done,
Just,
Camberley.
Thank you all.
Yeah. Just before everyone goes,
No.
those of you that have been on the Zoom, did you think it was a good concept?
Yes.
Yeah.
You enjoyed it? Have you enjoyed the discussions and found them instructive?
Very much so.
Just for future reference to see if it's something we should do again, because obviously this was the first time we've tried it, so always good to get some feedback.
I think we're happy to organise a rematch. So.
Sounds good. Okay,
Okay.
we'll be in touch then.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Look,
thank
we'll
you.
be
Thanks for the
promoting.
game, Tony.
We'll promote
Okay, thanks.
Daniel to
Good
board
night, all.
for the next match.
Good night, everybody.
See you for the
Cheers all.
Thanks everyone.
Cheerio.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night.